Hey kids, welcome back. Mr. Carey here. We're gonna do a little more place value today, and we're gonna be learning. We're gonna add on to what we learned the other day. Okay, so just a quick review. Place value is the value of a number based on where the value will fall in the digits. So, for example, if it's in the hundreds, 200s, 5 tens, 8 ones. 258. Depending on where that 5 is, if it's 5 tens, it's 50, 500s, 500, 5,000s, it's 5,000s. We talked about place value blocks. So we have our hundreds, our tens, and our ones. And you probably remember from second grade getting the pictures of like 200, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 8, 258. Place value, block form, whatever you want to call it, okay? Then we learned about standard form, and standard form is just it's another word, it's a fancy math word for just a regular number. So 142, well, it's just 142. You have to write it 142. And it's important with numbers like 207, it's important that you don't write them like that, because, well, that's 27. You need to remember to make sure we have those, the zeros, the placeholders, we call them. So that would be 207 in standard form. And then we were talking about something called expanded form. I like to think about expanded form like kind of like Legos. You can take numbers and, just like Legos, you can put them together and you take them apart, but it's still the same amount of Legos, right? And no matter how many Legos, if you take them apart, put them back together, it's still the same amount of Legos. And the same with numbers. So if I have like 142, it's 100 plus 40 plus 2. I can take it apart. Or if I have 500 plus 80 plus 7, I could go back this way too and make it 587. So it works this way and that way, okay? So I have 356, it would be 300 plus 50 plus 6. And I think a really good way to think about this is if you just say it, you write it the way you say it. So if you want to like write it out, you write 356, just say it slow. 356. Just add some plus signs in between. And that's what we call expanded form. Okay? Now, if I go, I wanted to show you something new today. We have something called value of. So what value of means is it's the value of a number based on where it is. So for example, if I have the number 1,234, the value of the 4, well, it's 4 ones, so it's just 4. The value of the 3, well, the 3 is in like, remember this? The 3 is in the tens, so 3 tens would be 30, right? 3 tens would be 30, 10, 20, 30. Or if I have 2 hundreds, it would just gonna be 200. Or the value of the 1, well, it's 1 in the thousand, so it'd be 1,000. It's important to keep the comma there. Okay, so in the number 376, they'll say, in a question in a math paper, you'll say, what's the value of the 3? And they'll underline the 3. Well, it's not 3, it's 3 in the 100, so it's 300. Or what's the value of the 7? Well, it's 70. And what's the value of the 6? Well, it's just 6, okay? And then say I had the number 541, and I said, okay, well, what's the value of the, and say they underline the 4. What's the value of the 4? Well, it's not 4, it's 4 tens, so 4 tens would have to be 40. Or it's not 5, it's 5 hundreds. Or 1 is just, well, just 1, because 1 is 1. So that's something new that you're going to see. It's going to say, what is the value of, and a trick to that one, what I always do is if it's like, say it was 541, it says, what's the value of the 4? I just say the number, 540. So the 4 has to be 40. Or if it's like 792, well, what's the value of the 2? Well, I just say it's 792. It's just 2, because it's 2 in the ones place. Okay? And then they're going to do something called written form. Sometimes written form is also called word form. Now, this is an important skill. You probably see your mom or dad sometimes when they're doing money, when you go into a birthday party or something like that, or maybe when they see somebody and they're writing a check. It's a piece of paper where you have to write the amount of money to somebody and then they bring it to the bank. But you would use word form or written form, and that's when you write the numbers for the words. So the trick to that is with number or written form, you just write exactly as you say it. So if I had 376, 376 would just be as you say it. 3, and I always just go slow. 376. Just like you say it. And double check, make sure it sounds, it looks right. 376. 376. Easy enough? And then I got 541. So if I was adding to that, I would just like I say it. 541. Okay? 541. So that is written form. So standard form is just a number. Expanded form is when you're taking it apart, like 300 plus 40 plus 2. Place value blocks is just the block form, like a picture form. Value of, they're just going to ask you what each number means. What's the 7? 70. What's the 6? 6. What's the 3? 300. And then written form is just words or numbers. Okay? Enjoy your day. I hope this is helpful. I'm going to send home some, on your Google Classroom, there'll be some, looks like papers that we're doing in the classroom. If you have a printer and you print them up, you can do it like that. If you just want to use a piece of scrap paper just to do it in like a notebook or something to check your answers, that's cool too. All the math on the computer is going to start next week. This is just a little bit of extra stuff just to get your brain going again. All right, I'll talk to you soon.